To do gunsmithing, you need to have a minimum of a good hex wrench set and a punch set. You're going to get the punch set from any sporting goods store that sells firearm, or any of your gun shops that sell firearm. They do have gunsmithing tools, basic. You don't have to have major tools to do gunsmithing. Okay. Hello YouTubers, this is Steve from Slayer 3-in-1. Today I have a new rifle to share with you. This is a Bushmaster XM-15 MOE. And it started off being a standard Bushmaster MOE, but I have changed so much of that rifle. I wanted to first talk to you about what the standard feature was of this rifle. It has a 16-inch barrel. It's still the same chrome line, not changed in any way, and it has the mid-length gas system, which I basically took it into their store and asked them to get rid of the A4 sights, and also then replace the front Magpul foreguard and replace it with a lightweight aluminum foreguard, so because I don't like plastic stuff from that perspective. And from the stock also was a MOE stock. I got that replaced out with a SL stock. I seem to like SL stocks on all my rifle because they're much smaller and lighter compared to the standard stocks that come. And the pistol grip was originally a MOE pistol grip. I changed that out to a K2 pistol grip, and it had flip-up sights. I got rid of that. The MBUS front and rear flip-up sights, I got rid of that too. And 30-round PMAG magazine, chambered in 5.56. Alright, let's start the project. Talk to you about basically what I did to replace all the parts in this AR lower. So you start off by opening the bottom of the pistol grip and inserting a 3/16 hex wrench in, and then you basically loosen that screw that's in here using the hex wrench. Be careful when you pull the grip out, because there's a detent right here and a spring that you want. When you pull the grip out, you need to save that spring and the detent that holds the safety in here. Okay, so once you remove the grip out, then you basically have the safety that's dangling because the detent's removed. Okay, so the next part of the project you want to do is to remove this safety. And to remove this safety, what you do is you put the hammer back. Okay, when you put the hammer back, the safety pressure that's on the safety becomes loose, and then you can use, if it's a dual-sided safety, you use your hex wrench on this side to remove this safety lever, and then on the other side you just wiggle the safety out. But the hammer is what holds the pressure, the second part of the safety. Okay, once you're done with that, you take the safety out. Okay, so we're taking the grip off, we're taking the safety off. Now we're going to go through and remove the pins. So you need to basically release back the hammer again. Okay, when the hammer is in the vertical position, you're going to punch this pin and the secondary pin that's hidden behind this mag release. Once you release those two pins, all the parts will fly out. You don't need any parts in here because I basically was putting in a drop-in trigger, and then take all the parts that come out and keep it to the side. You need the pins back again when you put in the drop-in trigger, but everything else can be junked. Okay, So we have done 1, 2, and 3. And to pull the stock out is again very simple. You basically press on the handle, yank it out as much as you can handle, and then take a screwdriver and wedge this down even further, and it allows you to release the stock. So again, one more time, I'll show it to you quickly. You pull this is a new stock, so it's very tight. And then you take your screwdriver, wedge that down a little bit, and yank it out of the stock. The original tube was a commercial tube, so the tube was much bigger with the MOE stock that was in here. So I had to take it into the store and ask them for a smaller tube. So this is the mil-spec tube in comparison to the commercial tube. Okay. And then finally, what I did was I got rid of the mag release. And to do the mag release, you basically, right now you have this extended mag release, but the original one did not have. You have just a little hole here, your button. You push it with your screwdriver, and on this side, when you push it across, you'll have this lever here that you basically will unwind. Keep unwinding till it basically comes out. And when that comes out, the bullet button can be replaced. Okay? So the bullet button that, the magazine, extended magazine button that I replaced was from ODIN Works. It's an XMR extended mag. So to put that mag button back again, this external lever won't be there when you're putting the button back. The button will be just like a standard mag release button. You put the button back in. As you push it through, screw this lever back in clockwise till you tighten as much as possible. Once it's tightened, you just screw on the extension mag release lever. Okay? So we're doing this in reverse order. Up, we've done the mag release. We now drop in the trigger. This trigger package is a drop-in trigger from Velocity, okay, and they are nice 3-pound triggers, single stage, not double stage trigger. And once you put that in, you need to make sure that you put in the 2 pins. After you put the drop-in trigger, these 2 pins go in there. Make sure that they are all level on both sides, so not one side is too jutted out, so they're level. And once they're level, you want to go in here, and there are 2 holes. They provide you a hex. You put the hex right into here and tighten it, so the pins are holding the drop-in trigger, and the 2 screws that you need to tighten on both sides here will basically go and force themselves against the frame and push themselves up, but the pins are holding the trigger unit in place. Okay? Once you tighten that by tightening the 2 screws, they have additional 2 screws on top of that you go and put on top of this, and that is a set screw that prevents the original screws from coming out. Okay? Then finally, we want to put in the safety. And the safety, very important part of it, is this safety that you put over this. There's a cut in the safety. When you look at the safety that's been put in, there's a cut. The cut goes to the bottom facing downwards. Okay? And then once you put the cut facing bottom downwards, you basically will want to screw this safety lever in first, and then the second safety. Okay? But make sure that the cut side faces down towards the detent and the spring. Okay? Once you're done with that, you can put in the new grips, and in this case I put the K2 grips that I liked, and screw it back. So you're done with all of these upgrades. You started off with the mag release, the drop-in trigger, the safety, and the grip. And for the stock itself, SL stock is very easy. You just press it and shove it back in. So you're done with all the upgrades for the Bushmaster lower. Let's talk about the upper so that you get a good idea. So in this case here, I threw out the flip-up sights. Not a favorite of any iron sights, and I'm also not in favor of any red optic sights. No doubt this Osprey 3x9 has the capability of turning on red and green radical, but even without the battery you still do have a sight picture inside. Okay, so I like that. The safety that I mentioned about on my AR lower was made by SEEKINS Precisions, and the rest of the furniture that's from Magpul. And the charging handle, if you're not seeing it yet, this charging handle is a RADIAN RAPTOR. I like it because you basically can catch it from both sides like a catapult, and I love it. It gives me a good feel when I charge the handle. Yeah. So that's a quick and easy drop in. There's no work to it. You just pull the old charging handle out and put the new one in. So pretty much, from that perspective, this Bushmaster is a really good investment. It's not expensive to procure. There are a lot of ARs out there, that are high-end. You're paying so much money for that, but at the end of the day, what you're getting out of that? I can take this rifle out and shoot sub 2 MOE, and have good target. If any of you have any questions regards to this Bushmaster XM-15 MOE, do PM me. We'll definitely respond to you. Okay, thank you.